Is your company demanding more from its network? Is the internet, wireless devices, and converged networks creating a hunger for more bandwidth? Do you need to expand your network and make it more flexible, but can't allocate the resources or people to make it happen? What about possible downtime? Do you dream about a standards-based environment that lets you align your networks to power your business into the future? That's why HP network services are important to your overall success. Our global experts are able to overcome the obstacles that you're facing. We combine all of the elements needed to accomplish your dream network under one roof, HP Network Services. With all of the key people, hardware, and expertise at your access, HP Network Services takes your legacy network and transforms it into an open, scalable environment. How are we able to make a claim like this? Because HP has transformed our network. As a large enterprise with over 300,000 employees worldwide and a massive legacy network, we could not afford any downtime as we embarked on this transformation. Here to discuss how we did it is Jason Timms. So Jason, how important is HP Network Services?
HP Network Services are actually laying the foundation for the future. That's exactly why they're important. We also do things that no one else can do. We went from closed architecture to open architecture, but in order to achieve that, we had to have both working at the same time and being, interconnected with one another. So when we did the actual cutover, we just made one fiber dark. So there was no downtime, no reverting back to previous production environment. Very smooth.
What makes HP an expert with converged infrastructure?
Everyone else in this market, everybody that we compete with, actually has to go somewhere else to deliver a complete package. HP represents every piece of the technology itself internally. So we're talking about networking, storage, right down to our own power utilization requirements.
How do you move to open standards networking?
Our HP IT resources are the actual architect of moving from closed to open architecture, utilizing technical services and the unique precise planning, engineering, and resource management.
Now HP utilizes this internally, so how did that implementation work?
It's a good question. Actually, the one thing that's real important that everybody realizes is it does not take an army of IT people to do a migration. The details that were into this, of course, some of the timelines that we had were very aggressive, and of course you throw resources at it from that standpoint, but a typical implementation, you have an engineering resource, you have your support structure in place, and then you have your project management, which is very important because all avenues of discovery, planning, and all that happens within our own PMO. So to move from closed architecture to open just takes a seamless amount of planning, a little bit of engineering expertise, and a good schedule.
So can you tell me a little bit more about global team planning?
Global team planning was an extreme importance here. You're taking 6 data centers and converting them over to open architecture with many things going on in the background at the same time. 30 mission critical data circuits were being changed over, and we were leveraging and negotiating with those providers for different services and so on. The switchover for each of these data centers had to happen within the same 48-hour window. So precise planning and reaching through a multitude of different business units and having everyone work together in harmony and coming together without any downtime and reverting back to previous production environments. It went very well, but it was all because of teamwork was huge and precise planning.
How important was training in the process?
Training is something I get asked about a lot. CIOs are often telling me that they're equally invested in people as they are equipment. And with that, it becomes the expense of different certifications and so forth. And they're asking, how do I justify that expense, not only for the equipment, but then I have to kind of, retool the people. When they figure out and the message comes across, it only takes like 20 hours of classroom instruction. This is HP Educational Services setting up a lab, and each one of those engineers are demonstrating the capability to make configuration changes right there in real time. And they start playing with it, and they really like it, and they grab an understanding of it very quickly and get excited about it.
So you're saying HP is a one-stop shop with global capabilities?
Absolutely. In the past year, I have talked to folks from every walk of life, every culture, every country, and they're all interested in doing the same thing. They're all embracing change. and they want to do it, on a small scale, which is something else that people can understand. With having the multi-vendor capabilities, we can do this on a phased approach. So if you approach it with how you're into life and different equipment, and you put this new equipment in and it works just as well with what you have existing, and doing it phased, I can show you an immediate return on your investment.
Sounds to me like you have a solution that's tailor-made for every situation.
Absolutely. Always On represents global expertise.